You've probably heard of Goliath, a Philistine warrior nearly 10 feet tall who faced the army of Israel and was defeated by young David with just one stone. And did you know that there was a time when the earth was inhabited by hundreds of giants who, so powerful, dominated every place they passed? But after all, who were these giants? Where did they come from? Were they evil people? Why did these tall, strong men cease to exist? These and other questions will be answered in today's video. These giants were called Nephilim, which according to the book of Genesis, were violent beings born from the union of evil angels with women in the days of Noah. Consider what is written in Genesis chapter 6. When men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took for themselves any daughters they chose. Then the Lord said, "Because of man's wickedness, my spirit will not strive with him forever, and he will live only 120 years. There were Nephilim on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and they bore children to them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Many scholars believe that these sons of God were actually angels who rebelled against the Lord and were cast out of heaven. This is because in the book of Job, angels are called sons of God. These fallen angels materialized in human bodies and had relationships with the women they chose. However, this type of union displeased God, as it disobeyed his command that a woman should marry a man. And from this forbidden relationship, giant beings were born, very brave and cruel, who filled the earth with evil. Because they abandoned their heavenly bodies and adopted human form, the fallen angels, who had relations with the daughters of men, were imprisoned by God in hell. See what is written in Jude, verse 6. And the angels who did not keep their proper places, but abandoned their proper dwellings, he has kept under darkness, bound with everlasting chains for the judgment of the great day. In Noah's time, the world was going from bad to worse. People had completely turned away from God, and more than that, the fact that the fallen angels had relations with women would contaminate all human descendants. The Lord had promised in the Garden of Eden that the Savior would come from the woman's seed. So Satan's strategy could have been to corrupt this seed and transform the human race into a hybrid race. So God called Noah and his sons, who did not leave his presence, and commanded them to build an ark to accommodate a pair of every species of animal on earth. Then the rain came, the earth was covered with water, and all the wicked people, including the Nephilim, were killed. Only Noah and his family survived the flood, and they were given the mission to repopulate the earth. And you might be wondering, but if all the Nephilim were killed in the flood, why does the Bible tell of other giants who lived on earth after Noah's time? Wouldn't they be descendants of the Nephilim? Indeed, there were other giants in the Old Testament period. Besides Goliath, the Bible shows that the Israelites who spied the land of Canaan were frightened when they saw very large men living there. They said to Moses, "The land we explored devours its inhabitants. All the giants we saw were very tall. We also saw the giants, the descendants of Anak, and we seemed like grasshoppers to them and to us." Many believe that these giants came from the relationship between women and the fallen angels, who were not imprisoned by God and remained on earth. However, there is no way to confirm if this actually happened. It is more likely that those men who spied on the land of Canaan saw very tall people and mistakenly thought they were the Nephilim. The important thing is that these giants were destroyed by the Israelites during their invasion of Canaan and later in history. There is also a group of theologians who do not believe that the Nephilim were children of fallen angels. For these people, the sons of God described in Genesis 6 could not have been angels because these beings are spiritual and do not have sexual relations. See what Jesus said, "At the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They will be like the angels in heaven." Notice that in this passage, Jesus is referring to the angels who are in heaven, not those who fell to earth after rebelling against God. It is worth remembering that fallen angels do not care about obeying God's commands and are constantly seeking ways to disrupt his plan. For these theologians, the sons of God were not angels, but descendants of Seth, the son of Adam and Eve, who remained faithful to the Lord. The daughters of men, on the other hand, would have been the descendants of Cain, a rebellious people who did not serve God. The marriage between members of these two families would have generated the Nephilim. But stop and think for a moment. How could a man and a woman of normal stature produce children much larger than themselves? We know that God created humans with very complex genetic factors, so it is practically impossible for a giant to be born from two normal-sized people. Moreover, even today, many Christian men marry women who do not serve God or vice versa. And yet their children are not born with different characteristics from other human beings, right? And you? What do you think? Did the Nephilim come from the relationship between fallen angels and women, or from the descendants of Seth and Cain? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss new content. Your support means a lot and helps us keep creating videos like this. Share it with your friends as well, so more people can discover the channel and join this community. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.